last week the brand new Sylvester Stallone movie Bullet to the Head was released. And I saw it and I think I really liked this film, but it does have a few things to critique about it. So Bullet to the Head is directed by Walter Hills, which you may know him from The Warriors, 48 Hours, and Another 48 Hours, along with a couple other films that don't come to mind at the moment. I've seen both 48 Hours movies in the last about 2 months, so Walter Hills' style is really freshly in my mind. And what really just caught me right from the beginning of the film is that it does feel like a signature Walter Hill film. It just has all his regular style, his regular kind of trademarks in it and everything. It's just the way things are presented, how the action is worked out, how the characters work together, just the kinds of scenes, the pacing, the tone, and everything. It feels like a Walter Hill film through and through to me. Stallone is fantastic in the movie. I think he really does kind of carry the movie in the most part. But regardless of that, I think Stallone puts in a real top-notch performance here in a film that it is an action film, but it does have its humor, but it also has its hard-edge stuff. And I think a guy like Walter Hill is a perfect choice for something like that, to balance those kinds of tones really well. So Stallone plays a hitman down in New Orleans, who, with his partner one night, they take out a mark, they carry out a hit, but unbeknownst to them, the person that hired them has also sent a mercenary to eliminate them. Stallone's partner gets killed, and Stallone himself gets away, fends off this mercenary who's played by Jason Momoa, who you might know from the attempted Conan the Barbarian reboot, but he is exceptionally good in this film. I really liked him as this real hard, cold, real good villain. He's got, I mean, just from his physical presence alone, he's very big and he's very intimidating, but he just looks like a guy. Momoa looks like he's really enjoying getting himself into this role and everything. And his character is just, he's ice cold. He doesn't just go in and kill one guy, he kills a dozen guys. If he's going in there, he's going to slaughter everyone that lays eyes on him and everything. So he's a fun villain. He is really a lot out of a Walter Hill film, like James Remar, 48 Hours, or Andrew Divoff from Another 48 Hours. I think he's really got that kind of vibe in this film, and I think he does an exceptional job as this villain that you love to hate. You really do. And he's not the main villain in the film. There's also Christian Slater plays kind of a weaselly, kind of slightly sleazy, kind of rich boy, wealthy lawyer and everything, who's actually in the pocket of the real main villain, who's kind of a African gentleman type of guy, kind of a gangster of sorts, who's really kind of corrupting the whole system and everything. But good thing about the film is that it's very straightforward. It's not really complicating itself up in kind of like a conspiracy or anything like that. It's a very straightforward type of film. I mean, it's a little by the numbers, but it's enjoyable. I think it was really enjoyable. Again, Stone does a fantastic job in both the real tough guy stuff, but also working in the quips, the jokes a little bit really well. He's having a lot of fun in the film. The only weak link in the film, I would say, is because Stallone and his partner actually take out the former partner of this detective, Taylor Kwan, portrayed by the actor Sung Kang. And he was a dirty cop and everything, very corrupt. And so they're both trying to find out who exactly is responsible for all of this. And Kang doesn't come off as a poor actor. He portrays the character as well as he can, but the problem really seems to be that the character is not very interesting. He seems a little too pushovery, a little too naive to be that good of to really be a detective grade police officer or whatnot. But Kang and Stallone have really good chemistry. They play off each other really well. When King has the opportunity to get into the action scenes, he handles himself extremely well. It's actually very surprising because, like I said, the character doesn't seem like too much of an aggressive type. he seems a little lightweight and everything, but once he gets into action, he can handle himself well in hand-to-hand combat, and he can shoot anyone out, shoot anyone down that he wants to. But it's got a good contrast, good friction between the two characters, and between Stallone's character and Kang's character, because Kang wants to do everything very procedurally, really by the book, just stick to the law and everything, do it his way. But Stallone's character, being a hitman, just like, he's going to do it his way. He's going to exact his own justice, his own revenge and everything. So there's always that kind of not ever really fitting in together, but it kind of goes around and around and everything. But I think the two of them work really well. I don't think Kang's character is as well developed as it could have been, well thought out as it could have been. I found it a little odd that Thomas Jane, who played the Punisher in the 2004 film, was actually originally cast in the role that became Kang's character. Because I couldn't see Thomas Jane playing that kind of character where he's lightweight, a pushover. I could really see Thomas Jane and Stallone teaming up in a really tough guy action flick and everything, but I couldn't see Thomas Jane fit in that role. So maybe there was big re-rates after he was replaced. But the film is very much a hard R action film, and it lives up to its name. Bullet had many people getting shot point blank right in the skull. There's gore, there's graphic violence, there's some female nudity that's very pleasing to my eyes. But I found it a very fun film. I had a blast seeing it. I was kind of saddened that it only made $4.5 million over the weekend, which is very sad. It made even less than the Schwarzenegger Last Stand movie that just came out a couple weeks ago. But it's part of the reason why I'm putting this out here. I really like Bolted Head. Might have had some weak links here and there, but I think overall it's an extremely enjoyable film. You can have a blast. It's a big, exciting thrill ride of a film. You don't have to expect Lethal Weapon or Die Hard with this type of thing. But it's a fun film, kind of in the league of like a Tango and Cash type of thing, that kind of vibe, that kind of tone, but with a little bit more hard-edged violence and everything. And I think Walter Hill did a really solid job with this. I really like to see him coming back, do a lot more action films, and I hope this really kind of keeps Stallone stuff going. Expendables 3, obviously, I love that film. Expendables 2, I love that. I love the first one. The third one's obviously going to get made, so I hope we see more from Stallone in action, big budget, hardcore action stuff. That we're not get rid of all this kind of PG-13 stuff with all these all the censored violence and everything. Give us real hard R stuff. That's what I really like. That's why I got Dread here. I've got Bolted Head here. I'm having a great time watching these kinds of films lately, and I hope you have a great time watching them too. So check below for the link to the Forever Cinematic full written review. Get your fill of it. Check it out. It's a spoiler-free review. You don't have to worry about anything. So go out, check it out. Maybe just go to Matinee. Spend a few less dollars than the full evening price. But I really want to go. If you really love these kinds of films, I highly recommend supporting it. If you don't do it in theaters, okay, like I did with Dread, go pick it up when it hits disc or whatever it's DVD, Blu-ray, video on demand, wherever it is. Support the film any way you can, as quickly as you can. I really think it's worth your time, and that's it for this one.